Hi guys. Um, I just wanted to talk about some stuff today. I guess just in a mood. Isn't that what the Zoomers used to say? I'm in a mood. I'm Zoomer, so whatever. There's generational stuff. You know, the thing is, like, the generational stuff is um generational stuff. You know. You know, it's just the generalization. 'Cause, you know, there's a lot of like older folks that are really smart and wise and has actually a lot to provide. There's a lot of older folks that are really dumb and fucking stupid, like my mother. But there's also a lot of older folk that are perfectly fine, intelligent, you know. A lot of the liberal or progressive, I would maybe consider myself progressive, but a lot of the liberal and progressive ideals or thoughts or things, it's all extracted from stuff that the hippies believed in, which a lot of those hippies were boomers, old fucks, you know. And so this idea of like a generational divide just seems fucking stupid to me. Um, yeah. I am going to dream. Don't do this, kids. It's bad. I do it because I'm a writer and that's it. But, anyway. So, yes. I'm a little bit naked. Whichever you want to say. But anyhow, just late night. I don't even know what the fuck clock it is. It's fine. Just had some stuff on my mind I want to talk about. I'm a late night talker. It's kind of like how I am on a typical basis. But I was thinking a lot about feminism for some strange reason. I don't know why this is feminism put on my mind. I'm like, oh, feminism, oh, feminism. Yeah, my grandmother claimed to be a part of that movement. Of course, older feminism is racist because they didn't want rights for black women. They just wanted rights for rich white women. Woo! Let's go shopping, Beth! Meanwhile, there's like 500,000 black women getting, you know, raped and killed or whatever. Anyway, but you know, like modern day feminism, third wave feminism, 2010s. I know. Oh, you're so behind me! Oh my god! You know, you know, my main problem with like third wave feminism and when in 2010s specifically, so like, you're behind the times, man. People can, yeah, I know, it's 2010s, I know. I know what happened in the 2010s. I know. Okay, I know. But, it's like kind of like the main thing I remember from that period with third wave feminism was like the wage gap thing. That was the thing that they always went on about, was the wage gap. Oh my god, isn't it crazy that there's like a 5% difference between the wage gap? Oh my god, the wage gap. It's like, it's like the wage gap was because of the, from my understanding, granted, this is just from my understanding, but my understanding is that the wage gap has nothing to do with sexism. It has to do with the ratio between men and women in certain occupations, and it has to account for like paternal leave if women are leaving for paternal leave, and then like, it has nothing to do with like, oh, we just hate women. Now granted, you know I'm not, companies are, am I standing up for, fuck no, but this is like a weird situation where I'm kind of like, what does this have to do with sexism exactly again? Kind of just seems like it's like a conglomerate of, what would you call it? Like, misfits who are just like on a witch hunt. I'm a misfit, but um, I am, but it's okay. I mean, worse things have happened, I suppose. Um, but yeah, I don't know how that translates to sexism. It's crazy because that one idea and that movement created such a like a wave of like ideas and just people who are just fucking incessant on perpetuating those ideas. And it was like, it was just a baffling time if you were, if you had brain cells. Um, you know, it's like, yeah, maybe your parents just sucked, like, or maybe you just, you know, had trouble with other, I don't know. It, it, it's just like, you know, I'm a progressive, so I'm into a lot of progressive ideas and things like that, but it's not to the extent that I feel disconnected from reality, if that makes any sense. Like, it's not to the extent where I don't understand that my mother's a dipshit, or my father uh, remarried a child abuser, but it's not to the extent where I'm like, I can't interpret what's going on, kind of. But there's people that I guess they're just so disconnected from their own personal life that they get attached to like politics or religion. I think can do this too. But I'm not talking about religion right now. I'm just talking about politics. where it's like they they're so disconnected from their personal life that they just like they're like, oh, this is a popular political point. I'm just gonna regurgitate it over and over and over until you want to jump out a fucking window. It's like, okay, well, what's your deal? Like, what's going on with you in your life? You know? Um, um, it's not to say that it's not cool to have you know, I have my own points of view. I mean, I'm a progressive, but it's like when you get in front of a camera and there's people that when the public is staring at you, it's like, what's your deal? What's your identity? What's your place on this planet? What's your that's more interesting than just, oh, I read a thing once. Like, okay, cool. You're just regurgitating things. It's derivative. It's like this, it's hard, I think, to do something that's derivative in a way that's interesting or appealing. Um, I think um, I think people mistaken affinity with with I guess the word's interest, but I don't think that's the word. You know, you could be loyal to something, but that doesn't. Well, what does that speak about you as an individual? Because loyalty is an individuality. This is something that I've been trying to explain for the past couple of years, and I don't think anyone fucking listens. But tradition isn't the same as having a formed identity or having an actualized identity. You know, but what I guess, sort of in a way, trying to say that um, this sort of dynamic doesn't have to play out. I guess, sort of what I'm trying to say. It only plays out if the people involved tap into it. It's like the electricity only runs if you plug it in, kind of a thing, I think. But it's tricky because I don't think that politics always works in that direction. Um, but I think it can. It's sort of a strange psychological attestment, and psych is psych is kind of funny because there's cops who take one class of psych and they think they're fucking Sigmund Freud. you know Psych can kind of fuck people up, you know because they think it's science when it's not. It's guesses. And if you're an actual clinician, those guesses get run through the state, which then appoints the person health officials who are actually involved with science. But people like cops, they think that guesswork and motor skill assessment is akin to a fucking science when it's not. If you're trying to estimate if a person's on drugs out on the street driving a car, you have to give them a fucking blood test. But for some reason, we can't fund cops and hospitals somehow to help people take blood tests, which is fucking insane to me. And so we rely on them to give motor skill assessments and field sobriety tests, which are only designed, according to them, by the way, this isn't according to me, it's according to them, it's according to the State Highway Patrol, which they're only medically designed to test people who are under the influence of alcohol, whether or not they're impaired or not in driving. Which, by the way, shouldn't even exist anyway, because our transportation system is fucking garbage. So it's like our transportation system is fucking over the cops, and the cops are fucking over the transportation system, because no one can figure anything the fuck out, and our tax money can go to fucking anything fucking useful. But anyway, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of these things that have been on my mind on this night in Mississippi, the place where no, not too much. There's farms and grass and people that talk about it. And that's about it. I know that there's perfectly acclimable people up north who are intelligent. I know. However, they don't know how fucked up some of the poorer places down south are. I mean, there's people who, I'm gonna have to do an entire fucking video essay on this, but there's a lot of, like, child abuse down south. There's a lot of, like, people that don't know how to raise kids, don't know what kids are, like, they've never met a kid in their life, and they have kids, or they're their partner, or whatever, and it's like, I'm not saying names, it's not what I do, it's not my thing, it's not my style, but I know people who they just, like, raise other people's kids, kind of, because their parents just don't give a shit, like, at all, like, literally at all. And my mother didn't give a shit. My father was fucking, I don't even fucking know. Living with his child abuse and fucking remarried dipshit wife who's not worth a fuck. And Christianity, I'm like the fuck Christianity guy, I guess now. I wasn't trying to do that, but I guess I am. Wasn't trying to do that, but the whole like consecration of marriage thing, I don't think solves this issue. You know, like I think the Christians, they try to like come up with solutions to like child abuse, but it never fucking works because they have no grounded understanding of it. Their understanding of it is like, oh, if your kid curses, just stone them to death or take them to the fucking sheriff's department. Like, they have no real world understanding of children or like. And so, you know, when they're confronted with like, oh, how do we deal with child abuse? How do we deal with like, what is CPS up to? It's like, it's just. Because they don't have any fucking background information on it. And so it's left up, so the issues are just left up for people who actually read and actually like understand biology and things, and because the Christians are just too busy fucking each other and having kids and not giving a shit about the fucking planet to give a fuck. And so it's just left up to everybody else. Everybody else has to figure it out. I know people. I need it because I know people are gonna. Oh, you want me? Oh, you want me? No, I'm a writer, so I drink sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes, I'm a writer. Leave me alone. I write. Don't do it, kids. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not healthy, honestly, but anyway. Oh, you want this? No, not. Oh my god, you gotta love the drug warriors. I'm here to rip your fucking rib. The thing is, before everyone gets mad at me, the thing is that America is a drug-starved nation. They don't understand drugs. They don't understand how to enforce drugs because we have partly because we have a failed transportation system. We don't understand how to incorporate religions and cultures who have long-standing religious practices with drugs. We to Americans, they're just dipshits that don't understand capitalism. And so we're drug starved and we're religion starved, because what we replaced with, like what the Native Americans were doing was with Christianity, which is fucking stupid, by the way. And so we have no background knowledge and understanding of how to use drugs in a religious setting and a cultural setting, and so we're fucked. And so this is why there's this drug war, and people who are like, I'm a drug warrior, rip your fucking abdomen open. It's because we don't know how to deal with it. Because we don't have a culture that can deal with it. We don't have a religion that can deal with it. And it's just fucking baffling to me that people don't get this. Is beyond me. But whatever, you know, it's like we replaced what the Native Americans were doing with, hey, fuck each other and let's have slaves and this country is fucking stupid. I hate it, but I have to live here because if I don't, I'm gonna die. And so I'm here. Like what's American culture? Oh, cheeseburgers, great. Yeah, die of heart disease, dipshit. We have at least the Native Americans had culture, had religion that was like worth a fuck. Americans? Nope. What we get is fuck each other, have kids, enslavement. Repeat, 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 repeat. And so it's like, I don't. It's fucking whatever. It's like when you actually read and you actually like pay attention to other cultures, it's like when you look at America, it's like the fuck is this? It's like you've entered into the fucking mansion of fucking shit. But the part about it that's pain in the ass is that if you live here, it's like there's nothing, I mean, what are you gonna do? There's nothing you can do. Because it's like, this is the shit stirrer of politics, because it's like you can sit here and go, this is dumb, this is stupid, this is fucking dumb, this is fucking... But none of us does anything. We don't control what goes on. And so it's a shit cycle. It just goes and goes and goes and goes. There's little things we can do. If you have a house, you can do little stuff. Have a little garden. Do what I do and just ramble into the fucking void. And then, be confronted with people in your real life, and it's like, are you retarded? And I'm like, well, my mother is. Um, and that's it. There's not, you know, so I'm just, the thing with me is like I'm just such a fucking arduous optimist, you know? Like, my roadmap is just always just hippie shit. And it's like, I fail to maybe this is like maybe there's something psych that someone can light me on about this, but, you know, when you're such a hippie, it's like you don't realize that the majority of people on this earth they just aren't at all. Sorry, I'm getting fucking my body as I'm talking about people who aren't hippies. My body's like, fuck this. I'm like regurgitating the anti-hippie fucking crap. My body's like, I'm out. Talk about anti-hippies, I'm out. Anti-hippies. I didn't really have a point to this video necessarily. I was just rambling. I do that sometimes. I'm a human being that does that on occasion. Um, you know, um, you know, it's like it comes with the baggage. You know, oh, are you human? Oh, okay, well, get ready to fucking just go for like 100 years. Um, you know, um, I'm just such a staunch optimist, you know? It's like I just try to just always look ahead, you know. And I was thinking about I was thinking, and again, I guess I'll circle back because I was thinking about feminism. I was thinking, like, perhaps there needs to be, like, a menimist movement again. So kind of was for, like, half a year in 2016, 2015, but it kind of fizzled out. I think there needs to be, like, another menimist movement. Because the issue is that the problems between men and women are biological. I think they're kind of like scientific, and I think that the feminist movement in the 2010s colored the problem through false information about the wage gap, which created this dynamic where um, it's like the problem with sports. You know, if you see in sports, if you root for a home team, that's like cool, right? But the problem is that with sports, that's a game. where people are just having fun and they're shooting the shit. Gender isn't the same fucking thing. Gender is about science and biology. It's not the same fucking thing as sports. People are just having fun and slapping each other's asses with towels and wearing helmets and going. It's not the same fucking thing. And so I think there needs to be a. It's hard because it's like it's just a constant tug of war. Because there's men that are shit. There's women that are shit. Like my mother. You know, or just mob boss dipshits that don't understand what they never figured out what maternal instincts are. They never figured out like, oh, you know, like if I help my kids, like later on in life things will be like really good, and, you know, like they never figured that out at all in their life, and so it explodes in their face and there's no one around to like confront them, and so it just explodes and the gene pool just goes, I'll figure it out. And it's a fucking problem. And the Christians think that the consecration of marriage is the goddamn answer, and it's like it's not, Christians. It's not the fucking answer. The answer is we go back to the drawing board and figure out how to fucking marry each other without fucking clawing our fucking kids' eyes out. Because biology and the law just extends further and further and further and further from fucking Christianity. You know, it's like in Christianity, and I took theology for fucking half a year, so I know. I've read it. Shut up. I know. But it's like, that book, that dumb fuck, snake talking fucking retard book, talks about how if your kid, like, curses, they should be, like, stoned. Either. I think what it is, they're taken to the fucking. You have to take them to the fucking sheriff's department or whatever, or take them to the law officials. It's like, oh my god. Oh, so you hear a word you don't like. Now we have to ruin everybody's life. God. Your morality is shit. Okay? Your morality is shit. You have to go back, you have to revisit the mirror. The mirror lied. You have to go back. I mean, I have grandmothers who used to work in brothels. Like, they were whores. Like, rancid, disgusting whores. And somehow, I spewed out of it. And, time doesn't go backward, it only goes forward. And so I have to, I have to figure that out. But, to everybody else, it's like, oh God, we're so fucked. To anyone who's a progressive, I feel you, bro, but we're so fucked. We're so fucked. We're so fucked. The hippies had such great ideas, because like I said, generational divide is dumb, it's stupid. There's plenty of older people that are perfectly fucking intelligent. They're fine. And there were so many hippies that they just got it. They understood what to do. But that time is just come and gone. And the procreation obsessed society that America is just couldn't keep up with the interests of them. And so we're in this lockstep of, obvious things, like we need more attention to education. We need, if you're practically brain dead, this should be obvious. Like, families need more attention. Cops need to learn how to do their job. These are, obvious fucking things. Excuse me, my body's exploding at the fucking prefaces at this fucking planet. But there's just no out. There's no out. So we're just fucked. Fucked and tucked. Fucked and tucked. The planet's fucking eroding and everyone's like, what are immigrants up to? Going to school? I don't fucking know. There's so many rich people who are probably just like pedophiles. Like, guys, just say it. There's plenty of rich people who did say it, and they didn't lose their jobs. What's that one pedo? What the fuck is his name? Salvio? Something? The director from the movie. Is it Richard Salvio? I'm just going off the top of my fucking head. I'm not a movie buff. Was it Salvio? I think that was his name. Pedo. Convicted pedo, by the way. Who, he still gets work. He's still a working director. He's still chugging along. I think it was Richard Salvio. Guy who did I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen anything dude's done. I'm gonna be honest. But it's like rich people just if you're pedo, just say you're pedo. Because all that's gonna happen is you might go to court. You'll have to have a couple of lawyers, and then no one will care. Everyone will just fucking. There's so many sociopaths in this fucking country. It's like, do you really think anyone's gonna care? No one's gonna care. It's like the sociopath continent. But instead they're so like weird about it. It's like, well, I don't want to talk about that. It's like, just say it. Just fucking say it. You're a dipshit. We all know. Everybody knows. Just, this country is like, it's like a bunch of dumbbells became sentient. Fucking just everyone here is a sociopath anyway, so who cares? I'm not a sociopath. Most people's fucking country are. I hear like I mean, it's like how many school shootings are there every fucking month? And everyone's like, oh, okay. Are there immigrants coming in? Oh my god, I have to figure that out. Like we're just fucked. Like to anyone who's a progressive, I salute you, cool, but we're fucked. Like this, GG, game over. Like this is nightmare scenario. Etc. I'm just saying, if we were gonna stop this, it would have been a long time ago. I mean, we need transportation for work. But we didn't have the engineering expertise to make that work. It's like all I can do is just sit here and talk about all the things we did wrong. Nuclear war became an issue. We built nukes. That helped. Because in a war, if you have the same weapons that the other person has, or more, that's like a bragging rights. That's like War 101 shit. In order to do that, we need an economy, we need a transportation system, etc., etc. Otherwise, we would have been blown into smithereens, etc., etc. But we couldn't. think it's as easy as a lot of public speakers make it out to be. I think it's complicated. Um, I think our transportation system, for instance, okay, I'm not just pulling this out of my asshole. For instance, our transportation system is a fucking failure. But if we don't have it, then we can't transport goods. While if we, it's like, with the anarchists, it's like, okay, if we got rid of that, that's fine, but then that looks like a weak spot for neighboring countries. So everything just becomes war, just all the time. Who has what land? Who's religious? Who's not? And you know, it just becomes, we're taking our division too seriously. Um, and um, the war stuff, you know, it's it could be supplemented, but it's, you know, like the hippies would say, but it's also the sort of thing where, yeah, it could, but history tends to repeat itself, so even if we did, um, who's to say that everything won't just capsize? Social order tends to crush down. The problem with anarchism is it's fear. That's the problem. Um, it's not bragging right to say that you want peace on Earth. Well, it is, but you know what I mean, in a pragmatic sense. Doesn't work. When you say peace on Earth, everyone goes, okay, let me manipulate you and torture you to death. That's this species. That's fucking retarded human race. They can't get their shit together. So no matter what solution we come up with, we have to account for the capitalists, and for the criminals, and for fucking people that are here for a boner and a turkey leg and this society just has to like capitulate to those people, and the planet has to just capitulate to those people, and I don't know what the out is. Like, what's the out? The out is maybe we have some political policies that work out. Um, But apart from that, it's fucked. You know, it's frustrating because I agree with like the sentiment of Christians, which is just, you know, let's have a community of people that agree on a bunch of stuff. I think that's a good idea, and oh yeah, let's have it be like a global idea. I think that's a good idea. The problem is just like every fucking step of the way, it's a half minute. Every time. And so it doesn't work. Abortion. Okay, let's not have women kill fetuses in the womb. Okay. Well, what if the woman who's giving birth is like my mother, who's a fucking mob boss, dipshit, low IQ retard, who can't take care of kids? Are you gonna do anything? No, I don't feel like it. Okay. So what's this movement? Is this movement just a bunch of pussy hurt fucking dumb shits? What's this movement then? Okay, well the consecration of marriage is to like help people deal with their sexuality, deal with loving each other, and procreation. And, okay, well what if marriage is about lots of things? I mean, it's kind of sad because it kind of seems like society is just a step, 5 steps ahead of religion anyway. You know, religion's like, oh, let's have people marry each other because that's cool. Meanwhile, society's like, okay, so it's about like your children and your tax deductions. So it's like, it's like society's already 5, 10, 20, 30, 50 steps ahead. So it's like, so then at that point, it's like, okay, so is Christianity just defending society? What's its deal? Is it just bored? Are Christians just bored? I mean, I'm a musician, so I get fucking bored, so I get it, but, you know. The difference is that I don't try to start a fucking movement over it. Isn't it strange that there's drug war, but there's all these people that don't actually care about drug-related evidence? Isn't that kind of strange? I mean, if you dedicated your whole fucking life to something, wouldn't you care a little bit more about it? You know? Like, oh, let me, like, fucking, let me, oh, let me, let me cut your rib open. This is fucking weird. Everything in this country is just weird. Immigrants, like, is this really what everybody, is this really what, like, rich people are worried about in this country? Immigrants? No, like, I'm not even being weird about, like, immigrants? This is what we're worried about? Really? Like, are you sure? Really? Really? There's people that are like, oh, the LGBTQ, they're not about identity. They're just fake. Like, okay. So someone who pays attention to their brain chemistry and decides to get and may have some mental disorders or issues, decides to get a fucking surgery, and that's a person who's uncaring about themselves? What? Then what is identity to you? Is identity just fucking like what Pa said? What Ma said? What the fuck is identity to you then, you fucking dunce? Is identity just fucking playing hopscotch and talking about your fucking dick? I mean, I'm having a fucking this shit, but this isn't me. It's just whatever the fuck my chemistry is. At any given fucking point, at any fucking time, my brain just goes. Is this like hard mode shit for people? Oh my god. A guy who thought that, who had gender dysphoria, thought he was a girl, who decided to like go to his doctor and try to figure out what the fuck's going on. He doesn't understand identity. So then what? Okay, cool. So what's identity to you? What is identity then? What's your concept of identity? Because if it's what Pa and Ma said, fuck no. My parents were traditionalists. You know what they did? They threw me on the highway. That's what my parents did. Fucking said, fuck you, Ian. Think they knew what identity was? Fuck no. Fuck no. They didn't know what identity was. They thought identity was fucking, you know, whoever fucked you and made you have kids. That's what they thought identity was. It's not identity. It's called procreation. It's not. Did I say identity when I said procreation? No, I said procreation. It's not identity. identity is uh, it's beyond words. It's a person's chemistry, it's biology, it's the brain. It's beyond. It's the same fucking issue I have with cops. They think they take one class in psych, and they think they're fucking Sigmund Freud. They can go out on the street and go, I know what you're all about. No, you don't. You're a dipshit who's setting themselves up for retirement in order to abuse people and families. You're a dipshit. It's like my mother. You're a dipshit. You dip your fucking shit in shit, and then you fucking retire, and then while you're retiring, you dip your shit in shit. That's who you are. That's your identity, actually. In the grand scheme of the universe, that's your identity. You're a dipshit. You whip your dick out and you dip it in shit and you go, ooh, ooh, I think my dick in shit. That's your identity. That's who you are in the grand scheme of the universe. That's who you are. Good job. And then somebody who's fucking reads, has to figure your shit out. Because you didn't. You